Hello, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy Tactics Rebirth. Since the last episode, I went down to Dorder, as I said I would, and I actually got into a random encounter on the way back in Zeklos Desert. And this was one of the new unique encounters in the game. So I ran into 6 Minotauri, and they were fighting against a guest character who was a Lunar Knight. And I wanted to get the Lunar Knight's items, but I thought that he would automatically join me at the end of the battle because he was a guest, and that wasn't actually the case. So I was kind of wondering if it's possible to get the guest items at all. Like, if it's possible to steal from guest characters. I don't think it is, but I haven't checked it out myself yet. And then, okay, so aside from that, I did manage to poach one of the Minotaurus corpses, and I found when I went to Dorder that you can sell those for bracers, which are the physical attack +3 items, and you can get quite a discount. But I didn't really have any characters that would benefit too much from having them, so I haven't purchased one yet. I might do it when we get to the next trade city, which I think is after we go to Zoltinia. And then on the way back, I ran into another random encounter, but that wasn't anything all that interesting. Anyhow, we should take a look at our characters and see if they have some progression to do. Yes, that seems that is the case. Yeah, none of that is all that useful, so I'm just gonna get Insult and mimic Darevon. Darevon is, of course, the character that shows up in the tutorials section of the game, which is notoriously poorly translated, but yeah, I mean, he's supposed to be like an instructor at the academy that Delita and Ramza went to at the start of the game, and is notoriously boring, like some teachers and some professors that I'm sure you've all had. So, yeah, when I was in Dorder, I picked up golden hairpins for Rad and also for Lavian. Agris is just fine the way she is, and Ramza, I did get a golden hairpin for him because he already had Earth Clothes, which were superior in defense and so on compared to the Power Sleeve, which some of the other characters had. Gave one of the black robes to Alicia, and I think it might be time for us to... Yes, grab Equip Sword. We've job level 3 with the Knight. And if I just go ahead and check the Rebirth page. Yeah, if you check the Rebirth page, we need level 4 Knight, so I will be waiting on that until probably the end of the next battle. See, we're almost there. Very, very close. Nothing really to do with that. I mean, Equip Sword was the only skill we were really interested in anyway. I could wait and grab Counter, but, you know, whatever. It's not that important. There's nothing for Lavian to do, and Nothing for them to do, Rad to do. So I think we're pretty much good to go. I should mention that I also got into a random encounter in Doguola Pass one time when I came through here, and actually the encounter I got was extremely difficult. Two of my characters were killed before I could even act, and that was because they had those steel hawks or whatever, and their bomb skill, or I don't know, it's like a ranged attack they have that causes an explosion, and it does a lot of damage. I was able to take out two of my characters, like, instantaneously. And they acted so fast that I couldn't even do anything about it. So, I hope I can go back there and do that mission again, but I'm probably going to need to kit out my characters specifically to try to be able to clear it. The advantage to doing that level would be to poach the bombs in the level, because there are some tier 3 bombs that show up there, and they would possibly drop a better gun for Ramza as a poached item. We'd still have to buy it, but it would be really good for us to get that. I think they dropped the fire pistol or fire gun. And the advantage of using the fire gun for Ramza is that he has high faith, so that would increase his damage of the gun as well. So anyway, we're headed to Bervenia, Free City, and it says that it's Saint Ajora's birthplace, and it's under the direct control of the church. So this is the city where that well was that Saint Ajora is reported to have, predicted should be closed, and then the people who didn't believe him were all killed by the plague, right? And the other thing that's interesting about this is it's not in Lionel, which is all controlled by the church, and it's not here. I forget the name of this kingdom, but this is where Morond is. I think maybe that was the name of the kingdom. Anyway, this used to be a large landmass, but it all sunk under the ocean with Saint Ajora's death. And the only part that remains is here, where the leader of the church, I forget what his name is. I mean, his name is Funeral, but I don't know what his title is. Basically, he's the Pope. High Priest, yes. Anyway, so those are the areas that are controlled by the church. But this city is also controlled by the church, and it's not in one of those areas. It's in Zeltenia, which is controlled by Goltana. And it's just kind of interesting that they have cities like this, because it's similar to like the Holy Roman Empire, where you had some parts of the Holy Roman Empire that were like archbishoprics that were controlled directly by the church. And others that were controlled by nobles and so on. Others that were free cities that were controlled by merchant families. Like Frankfurt or whatever. So, let's go ahead and do this mission. I'm really interested to see how it's changed since vanilla. This is the mission where we have to fight Meliadoul, who is Izlude's sister. Okay, so I have 2 squads. I have to think about that a bit. That seems like a fairly balanced party. So yeah, I mentioned before, Meliadoul is kind of like Y-Graph in that she fights for revenge for her fallen sibling. This is a great track in the game. Oh, the damage. So Meliadoul's special ability is to be able to use break skills at range that also do damage to you. Oh, this is the first mission in the game where we're going to fight ninjas. So I'm going to move Ramza back here so as to avoid the archer's attacks to whatever extent possible. And there's quite a height difference here, so I'm not going to be stupid enough to think that I could steal something from her. And I also can't use Steel Heart on either of these characters because they're both female. So I will also retreat with my Dancer. And go Nameless Dance. That height advantage that those archers have is just obscene. So I'm going to use an X potion on my summoner. And that will keep her from being killed by those archers. Slowly start to make my way up here. So I can start killing those squishy characters up top. This would be a great level to use some kind of jump skill on. Ignore height or jump +2, jump +3. Alright, so Meliadoul. Actually, I think the correct strategy that I would have taken if I had thought about this a bit clearer would be to sap her mana so that she couldn't break my items. Let's see what kind of stuff she has equipped. She has the Defender, which I think the advantage to that is that it has a 60% evade chance. And it's a Night Sword. And then she also has the Chantage, which I think you get from her when you get her your party. So her big thing is that she has re-raise and then extremely high evade chance. And then we have this ninja here with some new flails. Kind of interesting. Wow, lots of new accessories. Cherche. And another one. Wow, it's like every girl in this battle has some kind of perfume going on. This one, I have to say, is pretty kick-ass. Wow, I want that. I want that really bad. That would be great for our summoner. Septième Son. Alright. So, the question is what to do with Agrius. I think we have to... I don't think Lightning Stab will stop her from casting spells, or I mean from using her sword skills. And she seems to be immune to most of our status ailments we can cast on her. We can cast Silence, but, you know, like I said, it's not going to be a big deal. I really don't want her to break my items. What about stasis? Okay, let's give it a try. Who knows? Maybe we'll cast stop on her by some fluke. Nope. No such luck. But hey, there's our job level. So they cast some rather low-level summons on us, so as to make sure that we couldn't cast before they could. Worse. Their accessories really do prevent them from getting a lot of status ailments. Okay, that's better. So we can notice that Meliadoul's speed is atrociously slow. She still hasn't acted. Definitely works in our favor. Okay, here she goes. What's she gonna break? Break my armor. That could be worse. I mean, it's money, but it's not like she broke something invaluable. Shock! Can't win them all. She's probably dead, I would say. Was in the way. It's annoying. Ah, no. Silence, eh? But as Ramza keeps saying, he doesn't really want to change the world anyway. Just keep healing them, fine. Okay, that worked out. Huh. Great. Finally. Do something useful, Minerva. Okay. Great, finally. That's not too bad, I guess. Okay, then. I think we lost anyway. All right. So I think that does it. So we did get some of the items we were looking for, which is nice. So, just down to the line there, but things actually worked out. Yes, give me all your stuff. Here. So that earth close will replace the one that was broken too. Alright. And... what does this one do again? Float and reflect. That's not that good. I think I'll give her the angel ring instead. And Agrius can now change her job to wizard. So she's in it for a pretty rough ride here as a wizard. You know, she's only level 1 in the job, and she doesn't have gain JP up because we're using equipped sword. So things definitely are a bit rough for her. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I don't expect her to be a very good wizard, and this could be pretty rough. But we'll see. And we can get rid of these characters now. Goodbye. You've served your purpose. Alright, so next video we are headed to Finnith River. This is, as far as I remember, a very easy level. The last one was more difficult than it was in vanilla, I believe, but still not too hard. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe, and the next video will be uploaded probably tomorrow.